To quote the philosopher Steve E. Wonder, "True to your heart, you must be true to your heart." It's good advice because it turns out being authentic can have a lot of benefits. What up everyone, Julian here for dnews. Usually when we say something's authentic, we mean it's not a cheap knockoff. An authentic iPhone charger will charge your phone. An imitation could electrocute you. That's still no excuse for charging $20 for 3 feet of cable though, Apple, come on. Anyway, the concept of authenticity exists in psychology too. Basically, when someone acts in a way consistent with their beliefs and identity, they're being authentic. When they adjust their actions because they fear what others will think of them, they're being inauthentic. People with social anxiety know this dilemma all too well, and they avoid social situations because they fear they'll be judged for how they act. According to the Social Anxiety Institute, about 7% of people in the US suffer from social anxiety, making it the third largest psychological disorder in the country after depression and alcoholism. But being authentic can have a lot of benefits, like fighting the effects of loneliness, according to a new study published in the Journal of Health Psychology. 537 mostly female undergraduates were surveyed for how lonely they felt, if they drank regularly or even too much, and how authentic they were. Authenticity was determined by combining 45 answers across 4 different subcategories. The subcategories asked how much the students tried to understand themselves, if they acted according to their beliefs, how open they were in their relationship with others, and how much the opinions of others affected their evaluation of themselves. What lead researcher Jennifer Bryan found was that authenticity seemed to mitigate negative symptoms of loneliness. Generally, the more lonely someone was, the more they had issues with depression or drinking. But those who scored higher in authenticity didn't suffer as much as someone who reported being just as lonely. Bryan suggested a couple of explanations. Either more authentic people are better at coping with loneliness because they are comfortable with their personality and don't overanalyze negative feelings, or they don't compromise their authenticity by spending time with people they don't like for the short-term gain of human interaction. It's just one study that's a snapshot of 537 people, so the results need to be replicated or tested in another way for it to carry real scientific weight. But psychologists maintain authenticity can do things besides make you okay with being all by yourself. Francesca Gino, Mariam Kuchaki, and Adam Galinsky from Harvard, Northwestern, and Columbia Universities interviewed participants after priming them by asking them to write about a time they felt authentic or inauthentic. Those who had to recall being inauthentic then judged themselves as impure and less moral. Dr. John Amodio, a marriage counselor, says that authentic communication can strengthen couples. He insists, though, that being authentic doesn't just mean being a rage volcano and spouting off with the goal of wounding your partner. Authentic communication means you know what you really want and can communicate it in an honest and kind way. Of course, you may see a problem with being true to your authentic self. What if your authentic self is a jerk? Well, the good news is your authentic self isn't locked into one mode forever. You can always reevaluate yourself and change your opinions or values. If, however, you've done that and you don't feel like you should be the one changing, psychotherapist Mel Schwartz says you can be genuine without being angry. And as he points out, angry people may be feared or avoided, but they are seldom validated. And after all that, if you genuinely are angry and spiteful, well, at least you'll appear to cope better with loneliness. Of course, it's kind of hard to know exactly how we come off to others since we kind of suck at self-awareness. Lacey tells you why here.
For those that came off as under-assertive, most of them thought they were being appropriately pushy or maybe even too pushy during the negotiation. For the participants that came off as overly pushy, most of them thought they came off as just the right amount or not assertive enough.
Hey guys, if you like the shirt I have on and want to check out other dnews shirts, be sure to go to the link below. We have a ton of cool science shirts for your buying pleasure. And if you're a first-time buyer, use the promo code dnews for 10% off at checkout. Would you say you're an authentic person? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time on dnews.